Hello everyone, this is Akhier, and I'm doing another review for the 7-day roguelike challenge. This will be on Fragility, made by Vedor, or however you pronounce that. Really evil master glass is occupying a glass kingdom. You are a fragile piece of glass, and you must kill all gem jaws to shatter master glass. And it works on Windows, so pretty easy there. I'm going to pop up the README because it's vaguely interesting. Mainly because of the controls. There we go. And this just goes a little bit more into the story down here. Fortunately, you're more dexterous than other. You can attack from a distance of 2 squares and jump a distance of 3. But remember, not everyone is fragile as you. On your way, you will meet many other gem jaws. You must beat them to find Master Glass and shatter him. Good luck. And the controls, the KP is keypad, so it can work with keypad or the setup. Your attack, which is, as it notes, a 2-square array ranged attack, is these, which took a little bit to get my head around because it uses the full ASDF. I was thinking it was just going to be the tiles like I was expecting, where it's like QWE, AS, the ZX whatever for the attack, with obviously the middle not being there, but it's not. Then jumping is the arrow keys, and then some of the other interesting keys. Yeah. I'm probably going to die a number of times just because of the control. Fit on the other screen, but yeah. Also, clear the screen properly. Yeah, it doesn't matter. Okay, so here I am jumping. One thing I do wish, I just pressed attack. I'm pressing A again. This is taking time, so every time I press it, the turn's going. Because I am attacking, you just can't see it. Which I must admit is a little annoying. Like, there's the enemy. Let's see, this will be F. There we go. I killed it. I see no actual visual thing that I killed it. I just know I killed it because it died. Which, I must admit, is a pretty good indicator. Well, it died, so it must have worked. Kind of thing. Yeah, it's probably stupid of me to use jump to move around like that. Also, you can, if you position it right, you can jump. Oop. Let's see, can I do it from here? What would be the jump? That would be home. Yeah, you can jump through walls, which I think is interesting. Because of how the jump works, I'm assuming it was intended to work like that. I don't know. Okay, let's see. This attack will be D. There we go. I'm being somewhat careful since I haven't really internalized how this works yet. I assume once I get down the control scheme better, I'll not have to constantly be reminding myself what the commands are. Oop. Oh, hey. In my test game, I couldn't even find the downstairs. That's interesting. Since the attacks seem to be all just insta-kill, I don't think I need to worry about leveling up, so it's better just to head out. Let's see, down. One of the games where I was trying out the thing, I completely forgot that the commands were slightly different than what I was used to, and I died because, well, it's kind of hard to hit something when you're attacking in the wrong direction without knowing it. I've enjoyed the level layout that I've seen so far. It's definitely, let's see, S. Huh? I don't know what just happened. I should have died there. I guess these are, I guess I might actually have an attack. I don't know. I didn't know that. Because I should have died there. Dang it. Messed up there. Okay, what's up? I was trying to just go about checking the instructions on how to aim every turn, but that didn't work out. Okay, F is that. It's definitely an interesting game. I'm actually oh, there we go. Yep, dead. So, yeah, you have to be very careful here. I guess I'll see if I can, yeah, I do have an actual zero range attack, so it's not just ranged attacks. Which is good to know. I didn't actually know that. I thought it was just range attacks, and honestly, ranged attacks overall are better. Okay, good. It didn't let me just jump into it. There we go. Let's see. If I wanted to jump around the corner, it would be page down. Okay, so I can't jump around the corner from there. Right, it wasn't enough distance. I keep expecting jump 2 spaces, because that's like skipping a square, but it's jump 3 spaces, so it's sometimes messes with my head a little bit. I must admit. Definitely a more tactical roguelike than I've played as of late. It's mostly because of the one hit kills you thing that it's doing. To have a good game with that, you generally have to be more tactical, or else it's just kind of like dumb luck, really, at that point. Where is that staircase? There we go. I wonder if when you press the down key for the stairs, if the enemies that potentially are around you get another attack. See, and firing that way would be A. There we go. Didn't actually tend to go this way very much, so I was completely blanking on which attack I needed to do. I definitely like that once I get it, I'm pretty sure I'll enjoy how the keys work. Okay. And I need to stop doing that because I know there are some that can survive. Okay, that's it. It looks like they're different colors. Let's see. S. Yeah, the darker ones. Which I think... Dang it! It let me jump and then the thing attacked me. Completely my fault. What was I trying to say? I had something I was trying to say and I can't remember what it is. Huh. That's a few. What? Doesn't look darker. I thought whatever. Doesn't matter. Let's see. To fire to the side, that'll be F. Right. Yeah, I found out about the jumping through wall thing because one of my test games, to make sure it worked, I was like here, and I didn't know there was another, and I was like, hey, that's interesting. And I have to assume it is, as I said, an intended feature because it does really interesting things with the strategy. Though I won't guarantee it. That would be folly on my part. It could be an error. I like it, so I'm definitely not complaining too much about it happening. Also, what I'm doing right now is basically I'm trying to follow the outside of the map just to see if that get me where I need to go, because it tends to do... There we go. Tends to show me enough of the map to be useful. Also, I assume that there will be darker ones. There we go. So I'll need to be careful and not just blindly attack them when they're right next to me. It's vaguely... So far, my biggest complaint about the game is that it doesn't really differentiate the enemies enough. Because this is a darker one. I can vaguely tell now I'm looking for it, but it definitely could use maybe a different color. I can understand why. It's like this. Let's see, what's this? This would be W. There we go. I can understand why they're the color they are. That's not the problem. The problem is that it doesn't work as well as it should, since it doesn't differentiate. I'm assuming that the reasoning behind it is that darker means they're sturdier. Like glass, thicker it is, the There we go. Thicker it is, the less light and stuff comes through, or something like that. And its own way it makes sense, but I'd much rather it be different colors, because there is colored glass, so that wouldn't be a problem. Also, I've gotten back in my just used range attacks. That's basically how I played the game. I'm definitely... Let's see, this is the second level so far. That's as far as I've gotten. That is one thing I definitely like. All the times I've died so far has been my fault. It's been some stupid mistake I've done, like walking around a blind corner or something. Okay, yeah, I can't jump through the wall. I was mostly just attempting to see if I could get somewhere and kill myself on something stupid. There we go. That's why I die. I die because it's the same reason I hate some games where they character gen and you can just keep regenning, and it's like, oh, that's cool. No, it's not, because I keep re-rolling and then, damn it, I rolled the perfect stat and then I rolled again and now it's horrible. This is an interesting generation. I definitely like how they did hallways. Oop, pressed the wrong key. Let's see. D, yeah. I definitely like the long, too wide hallways. They're interesting. There's one thing that I definitely enjoy seeing in a game. It's interesting map generation. Mostly because that's one of the things I've actually gotten working whenever I've done stuff with games. I have my own one, but I definitely enjoy how this looks. And it doesn't lead me to unfun areas very much. There's enough spaces where it's just continuing on that I don't feel like I'm constantly running into dead ends, which can be a problem. If you are doing a maze generation, don't have too many dead ends. Have a lot of dead ends, yes. It's part of how mazes... Dang it, I need to stop doing that. Having a lot of dead ends is part of how mazes are mazes, but okay, that was a bad situation. I should have done it like that. I definitely shouldn't went into that room. I could have died there from my own stupidity. Looks like I need to pause the recording. Sandwich time. Apparently lunch, dinner, whatever. Okay. Everything should be good now. Though I do have a bit of the yogurt I was eating left, so might end up pausing to finish that if I get a little peckish. But otherwise, I should be ready to continue. And hopefully not die right away. And I went away for a moment, so of course I can't remember the key commands. Goodness me. I'm trying to think of how I'd improve it, but honestly, it's very, once I have... As I was saying, but honestly, once... There we go. Yeah, that's how I first discovered you could jump all over walls, being in a situation like that. Honestly, once you get the actual way it works down, it works very well. The whole getting it down part. Let's see. Seems to be set up in a similar way that the old trying to remember. That old let words. Let that one get close to me by accident. Wow, there's a lot of them right around here. Was it Vim? Might have been. I don't know. The one that uses JKL, whatever the other key is, to maneuver around a text document or about arrow keys and whatnot. Yeah. It seems reminiscent of that, except using the ASDF keys. And just like the other one, once you get the hang of it, it works pretty well. Because for the most part, I'm just keeping my fingers in the natural typing position and being like, yeah, what of it? Just moving around. Honestly, with the way it is, I just would have gone full bore. Just, you know what, JKL and whatever that key is, that's the movement keys as well. End of story. Like, you want to jump? Shift. Because that would make it really easy to move around. Oh, you can. Oh, right, it does allow that. Or H? Okay, it doesn't quite allow that. It's using H as the starting point instead of J. Let's see if I can get this down. Dang it! Yeah. I definitely wish it was JKL and whatever that key is instead of H, because I have one of those keyboards that has the bumps where you are, and it's like, oh, yeah, it would be nice. Also, jump on shift. Dang it! Move wrong. Because I'm basically not using jump at this point. Or diagonals. That's more of a just not having the... That is a key, but I'm not in an area where I could use diagonals effectively, so I don't know which one that is. So Y is up like that. Does that mean B? Yeah. Okay. Nope, that's down. I keep mixing up the up and down. That's down as well. I'm betting if I was used to this format of control, this would definitely be a much easier way of dealing with this. The problem is that I've generally only played modernish games, so I've never really had to learn. Dang it! I reset to the J. I keep doing that. It's H. Need my middle finger on the J. There's a shard down there. I just I'm not gonna bother with it. I really would have liked rebindable keys, but that's much beyond the scope of what I'd expect from this. Personally, just I'm really happy that they were able to complete the game enough. And I haven't crashed yet, which is always a worry. Mostly because it's not my game, so I'm probably going to do stupid stuff. Oh, right, that's jump. Yeah, I'm moving back to the keypad. I must admit, the Vim way of controlling things works very well when you know it. And I was trying to use it just now because the attack uses it. But dang it, I just never had to learn it. So I don't know it well enough to dang it. It's not good enough. Dang it. My God, I am doing so bad right now. You know, I definitely would have preferred the Wasta movement style for controlling the attacks, the ranged attacks. Because it would have definitely been a bit easier. But then again, this is all quibbling stuff. It's like, oh, the key setup's a little bit hard to get into, because like once I'm playing it, I don't. Especially now that I know that you don't have to do the ranged attack, it's a lot easier to control. Sometimes I mess up the up and down, but I'm just gonna learn that. About the only thing I'd like would be a I think I said this already, but some kind of thing that says you just hit here. Because as it is, I'm basically just wandering around like, did I hit him? No, okay, he didn't die. What to do now? Like, yeah, did I hit the wrong key? Is he just taking longer to kill? Because that's actually a thing, so actually have to worry about it. I figured there'd be some enemies like that, since it did say that some aren't as fragile as you. Though I do have to wonder if there's any stuff like 3 hits to kill, or 4 hits even. Dang nabbit! I go on tilt. There we go. Don't tilt. It's bad. Though if you're playing pinball, nudging is fine. In fact, part of the strategy. After all, the reason why it lets you do it at all instead of just instantly putting off the tilt sensor is because you're supposed to do it. Or at least that's the current way it works. So I've been told. And I trust my sources. So that's a thing. One thing I will say, I have yet to spawn right next to the downstairs. So I assume there's a bit of logic going into that. Though it doesn't seem like it's as cruel as what I do with my dungeon generation, where I literally put it as far away from the start as it possibly can be. That's actually one of the things I've considered changing about my dungeon generation code I have. But neither here nor there for this game, so I'll try to keep a little more on topic of this game. Yeah, I've mostly said what my opinions are so far. It's a fun game, definitely worth a try. Not even 30 minutes in, I want to get farther, so at this point it's really getting more into less I'm checking out and more of a I'm playing it to get farther, which is a good thing. It's like there's definitely been games where I've stopped playing just because, well, I don't want to continue this anymore. That's one thing I would like. I would like the ranged attack to also be like a line. I don't care if it stops at the first enemy, but if I'm attacking in a direction, I want to hit next to me as well. It's one of the things I don't like about reach weapons in D&D. Slightly off topic, but yeah, it's like if you got a reach weapon, it can only hit squares that are at range and can't hit right next to you, except for one, because there need to be one obviously better than every other weapon. Silly spike chain, even worth the feat to wield it. But that's neither here nor there. It's definitely a hard game, and I like it. I've yet to get past, like, the second level, I think. Which is pretty amazing, since it is such a simple system. It all depends on, not being stupid about things. God, I need to reveal the corners. And all my deaths have always been just, stepping into the wrong place and being stupid about it. Continually pressing forward when I shouldn't be in stuff. Quite annoying. There we go. Dang it. Yeah, that's one of the examples. It's like if it wasn't for the right next to you attack, I would have died there. And yeah, I'm just not exactly the best at this game, apparently. To be fair, I haven't been playing it much, seeing as this is basically all I've done, but to also be fair, it's got a simple enough combat system. I should be doing better. It's one of those games where you hate that you're doing bad because you know you could do better, yet obviously you can't if you aren't. Really. There's some people that are going to like this, and then there's some people that aren't. My advice is give it a try. It's an interesting concept. Definitely like some of the roguelikes that have been taking the idea of HP and just being like, well, you've got one hit and you die. This one is one of the ones that it's just you that die in one hit. Some other game, dang it was right here. Looks like I might want to actually go towards the center. Though it has been on the outside relatively often enough. Alright, that was a darker one. Dang it. You know what? Those really need a different color. Blue is nice. but different enough that I can tell the difference. Ooh, there we go. Because that one, if I wasn't paying extra careful attention because I just got killed by it, I wouldn't have noticed. It's not like they can ever really effectively corner you without a lot of dumb luck on their part. These shouldn't be deaths that I'm getting, but they are because, well, human error. I don't know if, okay, yeah. I pressed the correct key for attacking, so he was down to low HP. Good to know. Good to know by testing it from afar rather than right up close as well. I wonder how they detect you. It seems to be sight, because if I step out of the way quickly, they don't track me. Which is one way of doing it. I wonder if they keep tracking you a little bit, and I've just been able to avoid them until now when they do that. It's possible. Dang it. Though some of them do appear to, like, pop out of nowhere. Like, hey, I'm coming around the corner, hope you don't mind. Maybe they have a random walk going on. Or they just kind of wander around if they can't see you. And I die. I keep dying on the second level, and I don't know. Of course I know why. It's because the enemies are dying in 2 hits sometimes. And now I'm on tilt. Let's take a break. Okay, let's continue. I'm half thinking that maybe the map should either be smaller or less convoluted. I do like it. It's just by moving around so much, I get into the groove of just moving, and that's death. Though I definitely don't think this would be one of those games that you'd want to have auto-explore, because the exploration is the game. The only point is going down from what I can see, and if you take away the self-exploration with an auto-explore function, it wouldn't be as good of a game. Especially since it's using an interesting map gen. Because this is definitely not the average generation method for maps. I'd have to be interested looking at the code. I don't really want to, because, well, it's not that I don't want to, it's just I have my own method and I wouldn't probably use this. But I do like how it works. Okay, now. I half want to blame my failures on the fact that I'm audio commenting right now. And so I'm distracting myself all the time by trying to keep up a relatively constant stream of words. I must admit, some of the games where there's sound, I do occasionally stop talking just because I can. And there'll be something actually to listen to while I'm... Dang it! While I'm playing the game. Also, you notice I tend to get distracted when something actually starts happening. Yeah, that's basically how audio commenting works. Or live comment. I don't know. Whatever the term is. I know the term. I'm just failing on remembering what it is. Live commentary. There we go. And there I went silent because I'm like, I'm going to pay attention. I'm not going to do something stupid and die to something stupid. And that's really something I don't like to do on my videos. And partly why I probably won't ever be very good on camera with strategy games. And I'll definitely use that excuse whenever possible to explain why I'm horrible. Though, to be honest, it'd probably be more of a, well, I don't play them enough kind of thing. But, yeah. It's definitely something you have to pay attention to. And, live commentary just doesn't really give you the chance to do that. There's some people that can keep a stream of conscious going when they're doing the game, and I really respect them for that. Being able to, dang that, there we go, I just died. And I can directly link that to because I was talking. Because I looked away from the screen, and I was talking, and I kept moving, and I died. Then I start to talk, and I completely miss that there's an enemy. Even if you don't have the enemies different colors, there needs to be more contrast from the background, I think. Because as it is, it's basically the same color as the walls with a little tinting. Especially for the lightly colored ones. How do I attack at an angle down? Z? Yeah, Z. And I definitely don't like that. Now I've noticed what was going on there. Part of my problem is that they don't look different enough for me to just catch with my eye. I'd have to actually be... There we go. Paying attention a lot harder than I am. And as I noted, I am not paying enough attention. I am not having enough words. And I pressed the wrong key there to attack down, and thus I had to actually hit it. I do like that it doesn't jump you into them. I don't like that it takes your turn to do so, but I do like that it doesn't let you jump into them. I wonder if just any key would make it go, because I can definitely see that being what's going on. Let's see. T. What? Or, yeah, that T wasn't a command and it didn't move anything. So yeah, it looks like it's just any actual command, whether it works or not, makes the turn go by. I guess since there isn't an actual wait command, that's okay. Though, to be honest, if I wanted to wait, I'd probably just be attacking in a direction just randomly. Because at least then, it's a thing. Doesn't do much of anything, but it is a thing. There's a thing there. There we go. Let's see. It looks like I'll actually manage to get an hour of this game in. I was feeling a little bit down about not having been able to get a full hour in for most of the games I have reviewed already. But with this one coming in an hour, it looks like I'll be able to manage. I was thinking, oh no, I don't have the attention span to do this review thing. Though I'll probably end up having more that aren't an hour. I do have a couple of interesting ones coming up. The one might not last an hour just because I don't understand it enough, though that might just mean it lasts longer than an hour. Then one which might not last an hour, but it's an interesting concept, so I'm definitely going to try to give it a fair share. And then after that, I don't know how many more reviews I'll do. Though because the workload is split into threes, if I do more after this set of 3, which would bring my total to 6, it would be 9. Okay. Wait, no, that was a second level, 2 hitters. I wonder if that continues onward, where it's like 3rd level, 3 hitters, 4th level, 4 hitters. Because I could definitely see that getting obnoxious. Especially if they, excuse me. Especially if they follow this whole, everything looks exactly alike color scheme. Well, how'd I die? Oh, it jumps 3 ahead, thus I was next to the thing rather than being near the thing. Right. Oh, and there I died because, well, it's just death. Because. Let's move. Stupid. There we go, I died. It's interesting being outrun everything. So I'm giving a few shots at, okay, it looks like I'm basically just running around to both see more of the random generation and to potentially well, it's not doing very well, so I'll stop it. But yeah, it looks like there must not be very much of a restriction on where the stairs can be. It's just because there's so many places to place the stairs, it generally doesn't get placed near you. Which I actually don't mind. Especially since this is one of the games where just going down is good. Ah, dang it. Goodness gracious. Oh well, let's continue. Only made it to the second level. And I guess that is one thing. It's like, is only the second level bad? Is there like 10 levels? Or is only the second level okay because like there's only 3 levels? Because after you get to 3-hit enemies, it becomes really tedious. Because it's definitely a game where I could see having like 3 levels and then that'd be enough. Potentially. Especially if you followed the whole every level introduces an enemy that can take more hits. Let's see. There we go. But yeah, mostly at this point I'm running out of things to talk about because it all works. It's like, okay, I've pinpointed the one problem I have with it. What now? I guess I can't really talk much about the dungeon generation. Because it's like, I like it. It's an interesting way of generating the dungeon, yes. But I'm not exactly some master of dungeon generation. That I could be like, yes, I see what's going on here. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, why'd it die? Q, what's Q? Oh, Q's attack. Oh my god. Stretching out. Ugh. Returning to game. It's like, honestly, it's like the second level of the last level because I keep dying on it. It's my own stupid mistakes all the time, so I guess I can't really be like, really hard. I'm half tempted to just go and, you know what, I'm gonna try that. I'm not gonna talk, and then I'm gonna speed up this next bit in post-production and see how it looks. Okay, apparently I'm just really bad at the game. We'll see how that looks post-production. I definitely think some people really enjoy this. It's a hard game because of the simple mechanics. It's like you have only so many things you can do. You can attack next, or you can move / attack whatever's next to you. You can attack at a 2 range and jump at a 3 range. The 3 range actually throws me off most of all those because it's kind of like, oh, what? I'm jumping 3 spaces? That's odd. It's definitely a thing. And the enemies, it's like, they're all the same. And that's like one of my complaints. They all look the same. There are the 2 hitters that I've found. The fact that I haven't been able to get below 2nd level means I don't know if there's 3 hitters. Which could definitely change up a lot. Well, it wouldn't change up a lot of things. It would just make it even harder. Also, I like these really wide hallways. If I had to guess, it randomly generates hallways, and it looks like the hallways are weighted, so that it's more likely that you'll get just a 1 wide or a 2 wide hallway, but then there's a slight chance of a 3 wide and a rare chance of the 4 wide. And I definitely enjoy that. Let's see if I can... I really want to get to the 3rd level before I finish the video. I've still got a bit of time, so I'm not running out of it yet. I'm running out of patience for this 1st level. So I've got to wonder, do more enemies keep spawning, or am I... God, that's annoying. I'm thinking I'm going to go around and reveal the rest of the map just to get a good look at what it is. Because I have yet to fully reveal a map. So that is something I guess I can do. Just because, as I've said, I like the map generation. It's an interesting way of doing it. I'll have to wonder about the actual method, because it looks more like... Looks like it's just a very simple, have a bunch of rooms and then connect them with hallways. Which could be why there's the 4 wide hallways. It's not that he specifically, or I guess it's a gender neutral-ish name from my American English standpoint. So if it has something specific pointing it out as not being gender neutral, it's not something American English has. But yeah, it looks like, looking at how it is, he just generates rooms, and I'm gonna guess he goes through and like, okay, we have this room, gen a hallway to another room. It's like, well, how about this room? And it's like, straight line. Then it's like, well, we have this room. We need to generate to this room. It's like, boom, okay. Or more like boom, and then it's like, we have this room. Let's connect to this room. Boom. Then we have this room. Let's connect to this one. And then like that. Because that would definitely be a valid way of getting a map that looks like this. I don't know the exact way he did the map as I've been stating so far, but it definitely makes the game harder with how it's set up. Of all the somewhat blind corners you sometimes approach in the just the basic style of it, it definitely changes up how the gameplay works. The simple combat definitely gets hung very well upon this map gen. I need to stop. There we go. I died because of being stupid. I did it again. And that time I was even looking at the counter. I'm like, oh, that's a 2-hitter. Here, let me walk next to it and then attack it with my melee. It's like, oh, maybe that wasn't too clever. It is a thing. It is a thing. If it wasn't for the 2-hitters, you could actually probably just play it with just the numpad. But the 2-hitters on level 2 require a little bit more finesse. And a slightly minor quibble is that when you come down the stairs, it doesn't keep where down was. So there's not like upstairs there, even if you can't use it. And I generally like a game that does that. But that's more of a personal preference. Like, when Crawl does a similar thing, it's because you go down a trap door. I guess I just kind of internalize that kind of thing. The reason why you don't have a stair up way is because it dropped you. And I'm glass, so why am I still alive? Dang it. Damn! I pressed attack range again. My God, I die for such stupid reasons. This would definitely be a good video to rage at. Or video game to rage at. Especially since it's all my own damn fault. I always see it coming. Or I can always look back and say I should have seen that coming. It's so hard yet fair, and that makes it really frustrating when you keep dying even though you see what's wrong. And being quiet and actually paying attention doesn't help me enough to let me get past the level. So I don't know if I'm actually capable of beating this game. And so far, like I said, it's fair. So far I haven't been in a position where I couldn't have not died. Like right there. Perfect example. I shouldn't have died there. Oh my goodness. Why? Why, game? Why do you torture me? 'Cause I like it. I must admit, this isn't quite my cup of tea, and there's definitely some improvements that could be made. I'll go over them a little bit more when I'm on the actual review step. But yeah. A little bit more polish, or as I'd like to say, make the dang enemies be different colors. Okay, there we go. I'm on the second level. Be careful. I'm stepping. Nothing. I'm stepping. There's nothing stepping. Nothing. That'd be getting annoying if I continued to do that. Okay, I killed it. Moving around. Hallway continues. Anything out here? No. Okay. Moving. No. Okay. At this point, I'm basically just hoping to get lucky and be like, oh, hey, there's a staircase. Because that's probably about my best chance of getting past this level. I haven't been able to get past it just normally. Because I always end up doing something stupid here. I don't know how it makes me do that. I'm blaming the game entirely, not my fault. I'm not being distracted. It's completely the game's fault, obviously. Also note, that was sarcasm. It is the internet, so I do feel I must warn people. You know what? That's good enough. I just... Let's see if I load game. Yeah, it does that. Okay. That was a thing. That was a thing. Now let's get the other thing around here. Fragility. Review. Now, let's see. As soon as this finished loading. Oh, they changed up the, how the review worked. I wonder if I'll have to, go back and fix my previous ones. Actually, I'm gonna go check up on that, because that's kind of weird. Okay, I don't know why. It's different review system here. It's kind of weird. Well... I guess I'll just review in the way I have been, because I'm going to do that anyway, and then I'll type up what I said somewhat. I obviously can't just be like talk to text, because that'd be too easy. Anyway, Completeness is the game a finished piece of software. Just how polished is it? Including balance and expected features. It's stable, it runs, feels feature complete, but missing polish or has noticeable bugs. It doesn't have noticeable bugs, but I very much think those enemies could be polished different colors. I like the dedication to the theme, but I'd much prefer a better play experience for that. Because especially with me sitting a little bit farther away from the screen, it's very hard to tell. Okay, now for aesthetics. Basically just how good does it look and are the controls easy and intuitive, and put more emphasis on the controls. This one, it's like, you know what? I'm gonna give it a 1. I'm giving it a 1 because the attack, it's not even Vim, which at least has some standardization from the past. It's using Vim on the ASDF keys, which I've never seen before. I might just not have looked at the right part of like a help document or something and just not seen it, but I've never actually experienced that kind of thing. It works, it's just not very intuitive. And I must admit, if you just had Vim as the only controls, that's also not very intuitive either for me, because I never did it. And as I was saying with the polish, different color enemies. I don't want to harp on it so much, but I've died a couple of times just because I couldn't tell I was trying to melee a 2-hitter when I hadn't hit it once already. It's kind of annoying. And then fun. Worth time playing. I wouldn't say you would have completely missed out on something if you don't play it, but I played it for about an hour, and it was worth the hour. So definitely something I advise people to just go and get. Since it is, the only requirements is that you have Windows. Maybe it works on Linux. I'm going with it doesn't because it didn't specifically say it, but if you're using Windows, is that right? Yeah, as long as you're using Windows, it should work, and it's a decent game. So, something worth checking out. Innovation. New ingredients to the table, never before seen mechanics or weird twists on traditional. That is a question. I'm going to give it a 2. It's not something fundamentally new. It's just a neat twist on the usual mechanics. You've got the 3 jump, which it's not fundamentally new. I've seen jumping around and teleportation in general is very common, but the idea that you just jump 3 spaces, and honestly it's more of a teleport because you go through walls. And the ranged attack that it only hits 2 squares away. Excuse me. I know of games that have done similar things, but this isn't done enough that I'd say it's just the common thing. Okay, now for scope. It's what I'd expect from a 7-day roguelike. It's got the map down, it's got the enemy type. Well, I only saw 2, but it's got enemies. Maybe not multiple types, but it works. It's very tactical. I definitely like it. And as for a roguelike, goodness gracious, yeah, it's a roguelike. It's like, it might have some strange things, and it might be doing the one-hit kills you thing, but overall, it's like, let's just have an HP of 1. It's completely a roguelike. And as I think I said somewhere else, I played it for about an hour. I enjoyed it for about an hour. Since they matched up, I'm definitely fine with it, and it's worth a play. So, yeah, try it out. Maybe with a different monitor, or maybe something like I just changed something in the colors or something weird like that. Maybe the enemies are a different enough color. Maybe you can set it yourself, or I don't know. It's just really one of those things where I had a good time. You'll probably have a good time. Give it a shot. This is Akhier, and I'm signing